I want to give a quick update on my grapes. There does appear, let's turn it around. Turning it around. There are some grapes coming on. We don't usually have a problem getting grapes. We got muscadines and purple grapes. Got a couple different kinds. They're getting kind of big. I did trim them back one year, but they're getting kind of bushy again. And I think it was just last year. They're gonna have plenty of grapes on there, though. It looks like. Gotta get those wild vines out there, which I think is like poison oak or something. You gotta watch out around that stuff. Let me show you my crabapple tree. I have not successfully grown a crabapple to eating size yet, but it looks like there's a bunch of crabapples on here this year. It's my crabapple tree. That's the wife's blueberry tree. She had 3. That's the 2 that's left. We've done transported them from a place they wasn't working at all. They don't seem to be working again this year. But this, unless this is all blooms, that looks like a bunch of crabapples on here to me, y'all. Yeah, they're a long way from being an edible crabapple, mind you, but still, I think the bugs has been what's getting in these things. There's a lot of them on there, though. I'd like to get me some crab apples. I like the Honeycrisp apples. I don't have a Honeycrisp tree, though. I discovered them a few years back. Those babies are sweet. Not as big as some of the other apples. And the apples are good, don't get me wrong, but I'm kind of getting a fondness for the Honeycrisp. Kind of wished I had me a Honeycrisp tree. I don't know if they grow around here. They probably do. Take it a while to get to any size. I don't know if I make it long enough to see any fruit off of it or not. I'll be out here grilling in a little while. Alright, that's all for now, y'all. Here's the stand without the DJI in it, and still doesn't have the legs on it. I'm going to put a leg here, a leg there. We may have to put Velcro on the bottom of that. We don't know yet. It's going to be more like that because this dash kind of sets at an angle. You'll see it's coming together. We got to go buy some stuff from Ace Hardware or Lowe's or somewhere. Hang on for next part of this video. Okay, this is the next stage of this mount. This is going to mount into our Nissan Rogue on the dash. I still need a couple of legs on the front side of it. You'll see why later. Just wanted to show you. We'll quickly we staple some Velcro from the bottom after we cut all these notches. This, like I said, this does not have to be pretty. You see that? It's on there with the Velcro. Thank you very much, Velcro. Also, this may be your first look at my DJI Osmo Pocket 3. It was a magnetic holder strapped on him, so that little part wrapping around the back with the magnet parts in addition. And it's got a little stand down here on the bottom. You fold it together as you hold it in your hand and walk around, but this helps it stand up freestanding. Anyway, that's all we got for right now. We'll put this on the video. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I got some errands to run today. Might as well get to it. I got lots of things to do. I got to get some legs for my little holder that I'm making for this DJI camera that I'm holding in my hand, so it'll set up on the dash of our car. I've got a holder, a magnetic mount for this van, but the car's a little bit of a different tricky situation. And if you've seen the other video that's maybe posted yet, or it might be posted soon, I'm still working on it. I'm still getting parts. I've made a holder for it that'll work, or to be able to, should be able to market that, with the leveling legs on it. It could be marketed for several different kinds of cars, so I wouldn't be pointing out to a Nissan Rogue. anyway, let's see just some of the things we have to do. Let's spin this around here. We're about to get on the road. I ordered this K&N lifetime filter through Amazon. They sent the wrong one, or it claimed, it says in their description that this fits my 2021 Nissan NV 2500 van. It does not. Mine's shaped similar to what's in the picture, but one side of it comes down a little bit. It's kind of shaped like at an angle on one end, just about 2 inches lower on one end than the other. It's about that size, but not quite. I mean, if it don't fit, it don't fit. I mean, if I put this one, actually it goes up. Yeah, the angle goes up because there was a gap up above it, so all the trash would be going over it. So can't use that one. So I had to get a label, send this label back, drop this off at the UPS, let them take care of that. So that's one of our little missions for today. Stick that in here for just a minute. We'll put her on over there. Oh wait. We've also got this new Styx CD. We haven't reviewed it yet because we haven't been in the van on the road. It's got 13 songs on it, I believe. The second song on it, called Build and Destroy, is the only one I've seen a video for. I wasn't really, unless it grows on me, I don't know. I love Styx. But that one, I hope the other 12 songs are better than that one. That's what they're choosing to release as a single, though, so I'm a little worried. Hopefully with 13 songs, we've still got something on here that sounds good. A little disappointed so far, but that's only 1/13 of it, so let's just wait and see. The name of the CD is Styx Circling from Above. We're going to be listening to that while we take the filter back over there. We also got to go get some legs to go on our bracket for this DJI camera I'm holding. We've got to go to different parts houses. We're getting ready in here. Put my stuff in the van so we can hit the road. Go ahead and get in. The sun's baking me right now. Spinner, and that's a winner. Chicken dinner. Anyway, kind of warm in here. I'll put up my keys. We'll crank this baby up in just a minute. Because I'm not going to be taping while I'm listening to the Styx CD. I'm trying to start watching my copyright content because I'm going to have to start putting that on the other channel, Southern Fried Music, instead of this channel, which is Southern Fried Knowledge. I don't have enough viewers to worry about copyrighted material right now, but I need to not put so much copyright stuff on there because I'm going to have to take that stuff off if I do get the viewership. I sure hope I do. I appreciate all the ones that have subscribed and all the people that's watching my videos. Baby steps, you just got to take baby steps. But back to what we're doing, we're taking a filter back. We're listening to the Styx CD as we travel. We've got to go get probably Ace Hardware or Lowe's. Going to find the leveling legs that I need so I can finish that assembly, and that'll be a different video showing how I put that together. I think that's going to work out pretty good. That's where the whole Southern Fried Knowledge comes in. I have weird Southern ways of thinking how to engineer things, but it comes out working. And what that is, I don't really care what it looks like, as long as it works. If it works good and that camera stays up on the dash without flying through the windshield or sliding off the side, we've done something good. Also probably need to get some little Velcro pads too. That's my backup plan if the legs don't hold it steady. A couple of little round or square dots would work. It's just going to be 2 legs. The other legs are freestanding, or the other side. I'm getting off subject again, which I do a lot, and it's getting hot in there. I'm going to have to crank up in a second. Other things we need to... had a little trouble yesterday trying to find a car parts house that had the proper K&N filter. Why K&N filters? Because a paper filter you have to change every 10, 20,000 miles, whatever they get dirt in. The K&N lifetimes, and I know how lifetime brakes are crap. You get 20,000 miles that you've done good. Nobody honors a lifetime brake warranty, trust me. You just go back and buy some more brakes and deal with it. But anyway, same thing but the K&N filter, this one is washable. if you get the lifetime version. It's a lot tougher than a paper filter, a regular paper filter. You can blow it out with your air hose. You can wash it. Anyway, it lasts much longer. It does cost more than a paper filter, 60 to 80 bucks, depending on where you buy it. If you buy it at Napa, it's going to be 90 to 120 bucks probably. You're going to pay more for something at Napa, but they usually have it there. That's going to be my last resort. But I tried for an hour yesterday to find somebody that had this filter for this van, and I'm also trying to get one for the wife's car too. She's got, I don't remember, I don't drive that car a lot, probably 20,000 or more on it. She don't put a lot of miles on her car, so I'm going to get one of the filters for her and get one for mine. But when I called one place yesterday and asked for a 2021 filter, the lady said, "Oh, here's the problem. Your van's too new. We don't carry a filter for that. It's 4 years old. And if you're supposed to change the filter every 10 or 20,000 miles, shouldn't you have that filter by now?" When I had the first van, this is the second one. The first one got totaled when somebody pulled out directly in front of me 10 feet away while I was going 55 mile an hour. Totaled that van out and nearly totaled me out. Whole different story. But anyway, that one had a K&N filter on it, but the whole front end was smashed up so bad there was no hood to open. It was all crinkled in. You couldn't open the hood if you wanted to. Maybe with a cutting saw to cut the hood off, I might could have got that filter back. I got my tool bins out and all that. But anyway, I don't remember where I got that filter. But used to, when I bought brakes and such for that, they would say, "Oh, 2021, we don't have brakes for that." So then I got to thinking, because all the vehicles, parts like that, brake pads and air filters and oil filters and stuff like that, the motor stays the same for sometimes more than 10 years. So that's what I used to do on my brakes with the other van, is I go back and I say, "Do you have brakes, not for 2021, but do you have brakes for a 2018? "Oh yeah, we got those. Yes, sir, we got those." "Well, give me them." And I got them and looked at just the same brake that come off of mine, and it was the same thing. So that may be what I have to do with this filter. For some reason, people don't update their stuff. They're selling stuff to 1972 Pintos or something, I guess. Like there's a billion of them on the road. I've seen a lot of new Nissan Rogues on the road, probably more than this NV van, because they stopped making this van in 2021. This is the newest year I could get, and I special ordered the last one. It was a lot better than this one. This is a kind of a hacked down version of it. The other one was really nice. But anyway, so that's my other job, is to try to get filters for the car and this van. And also, might go to Best Buy. I might can find it online, but I'm going to try Best Buy, because my stereo, which is circa 1978, yes, it's old, but it will blow the doors off of most of these little boom boxes with the Bose speaker system and all that crap. I got something that'll blow your doors off from, 240 watts per channel and such. But because it's so much analog, there was no remote on the receiver. I got a remote for the 400 disc CD player that I got after the fact, Sony 400 disc CD turntable. It's got a remote, but the receiver does not. And the inputs, there's obviously no USB. If I want to plug one of my MP3s and select the song, because I got a lot more music than the CDs than I got that goes in the CD player. So if I want to get something off the internet or download it onto my MP3 player, I can't play that MP3 player because there's not an input jack. Everything's phono plugs. I say all of that to say this. I'm either got to go to Best Buy or online. There's probably an adapter, because they do think of old people like me like this a lot. I want an adapter that's got phono plugs on one end and comes out to a USB jack. So if I can find that at Best Buy, I'll get that. Then I got to come back and finish assembling the bracket for this DJI camera. All that's going to get put together. Anyway, as we sit here sweating to death, we do have some ice water here. Might as well take a sip and crank it up and get going. because it is getting kind of hot, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to tell you that. So I'm going to stop this video for right now while we do our running around. Might pick it up somewhere along the way, you know, like, wee-haw, we found the air filters or something. We'll see. So here we go. I'm about to go take care of this business, and ooh, I know something else I can do. I can pick up the oil. I've got 4 gallons of oil from some dental work that I've been doing. I need to take that while I'm going to parts sales and then dump the oil in their oil reservoir. I can do that. That'll save that, because if I leave it out in front of my house, those horrible neighbors that I've talked about on a video before, they took a gallon of that oil one time when we called the law on them for partying all night long, really loud. They took a gallon of that oil and dumped it right under the wheels of where I parked my van in a little pothole. So now, even when I scooped all that stuff out there and poured stuff to soak it up, there's still a little oily mess there. I couldn't get it all up. But that's just those horrible neighbors. That's how they roll. But we're going to be upbeat. We're going to get these things done, knock this stuff off my list. Y'all stick around, and we may talk back to you later, or this might be the whole video. If it is, thanks for watching. I appreciate everything y'all do for me, which is watch and subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe. Next week, from the date of this is Friday, June the something and others, probably about the 6th. Yeah, it's the 5th, 6th, or 7th, I'll say that, on a Friday. Wednesday, we getting on a plane and beginning 2 weeks of fantastic adventures. So hopefully I can capture a good bit of that on video for y'all. And anyway, we'll see what we could do. But for now, thanks for watching. Bonus footage if I can zoom. And it's going to not do the zoom now. It's going to not do the zoom. Why is that half the time zoom and half the time it turns into wide or something? Why does that do that? DJI, this is something y'all need to correct on here. Don't know if y'all can see the bunny rabbit. He's up that little trail over there. He's probably going to take off running. Let's go that way. He's going to, because I just seen him running and he stopped. He's over there between those 2 pine trees, but a little bit further up the thing. I'm going to sneak over here and see if y'all can see him. Hang tight, Mr. Bunny. I'm sorry, but that's all this DJI will zoom. Only got a 4-time zoom on it. We'll try to get sideways. Oh, he's about to bolt. He bolted. I don't know if you've seen that. There was a bunny rabbit. The other day I walked out of the house and a bunny rabbit stopped in the front yard at the same time a chipmunk was running across the sidewalk. You don't get that all the time. Anyway, that's just a little bonus footage. Bunny rabbit, wildlife. Talk to you later. Goodbye for now. Thanks for watching. Alright. Clear. Thank you. Okay. So the first stop was O'Reilly. The closest O'Reilly to me. I dumped 4 gallons of oil that I had, so that's accomplished. I did not find the K&N filter for my van, but I did find, and I'm pretty sure it's the right one, the K&N filter for the wife's car, the 2023 Nissan Rogue. So we will see. It looks like it. We will see. Now I'm headed to take back my K&N filter and drop it off at a UPS store to send it back to get my money back for that. That's the latest update, and I'll add on to this video when I can. Thank you very much. Okay, another puzzle piece completed. We just dropped off the old filter from Amazon to the UPS store. So onward to the next thing. I think we might try to go to Lowe's and Conyers, see if we can look for those leveling legs, and then we'll swing by Best Buy, and I might try some car part stores somewhere in there in the middle, see if we can't locate the filter for mine somewhere in there. We got to go to Best Buy, see if I can get the adapter for an MP3 player to my older stereo system. All right, let's keep going. Okay, here's a little bonus of stupidity painting on roads and signage and stuff. Let me turn this thing around. I just talked about the UPS store. I was about to pull out. Turn around. Thank you. I don't know if y'all can see those arrows over there. I'm going to try to zoom that. You see that arrow clearly in the road right there? Now, that arrow's pointing. I can go out that road and get on that road over there. But if you look right over there, look at all the do not enter, wrong way signs. So the arrow says you can go out that way. The signage says you cannot. So what would you do? I'm just not going to go out that way. I don't want to take a chance. You know, it's kind of silly. Let's do the things where it makes sense, y'all. Just thought I'd point that one out. Sometimes we point out the silliness in the world today. Thank you. Okay, that was a bust. I went to AutoZone and got all excited. They said they had it. Told them I need a K&N filter, K&N lifetime filter for 2021 Nissan NV 250. And she looked it up and said, is that 200 or 250? I said, it's a 250. She looks it up. Oh, we got one. Comes back with an STP paper filter, which is not what I asked for. K&N. All you gotta do is blow them out, rinse them out. You can get tens of thousands of miles out of one. Says they're lifetime, but you know, stuff does wear out. Little side note, carefully trying to think how I'll word this. A lot of the people that work around Conyers, I don't know if they don't give a crap or they don't listen or what. I told her exactly what I needed and she come up with something else. And glancing at the STP filter, I don't think it was the right one. It wasn't the right one that I wanted, but I don't think it would have fit, is what I'm saying. Anyway, the quest continues. I'm going to stop at Lowe's because I'm kind of across the street from Lowe's now. Let me get over there to Lowe's and see if I can find the leveling legs I need. If not, I'll have to go to Ace Hardware. And we're still on a quest for that K&N filter. I got somebody that tells me it's on the other side. It's a good ways from where we're at. Back kind of toward, it's in Covington, I think, listed as Covington. It's a 2018. I think it's going to be the same thing. For whatever reason, nobody updates their stuff. You can't find parts for 2021, even though I did find a K&N filter that fits my wife's 2023 Nissan car. But when I asked for 2018, they said they had that one. They did not have the 2021. I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same one that I need. So if I don't find it between here and there, I guess we'll go over there and see if that's going to be the right one. Let's continue on to Lowe's. It's funny how little simple things turn into a super quest. This is going to be a super quest day. Video might wind up being 8 hours long at this rate, but I'm trying to just do the little snippets. Alright, well, off to the next one. Meanwhile, the Styx CD that I'm listening to, I want to hold judgment a little bit, but so far it's not cutting it. I got a little thing in my mind that I think about this, but maybe I'm about halfway through it. Maybe the other half is much better than the first half. I'd call it elevated elevator music at best. I'm not excited about this CD so far. If you're going to wait 2 or 3 years in between your releases, please release something that someone wants to listen to besides yourself. It's kind of the boat I'm in, huh? But anyway, that's just my... Oh, there's a brown thrasher. I don't know if I can get him on my camera. Wildlife alert. A brown thrasher is the state bird of Georgia, just so y'all know. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is a brown thrasher. Unless there's some bird watcher out there that wants to dispute me. I've seen brown thrashers over the years. He's moving like a brown thrasher. He look like a brown thrasher. I would say it's probably a brown thrasher then. State bird of Georgia, just so y'all know. Gimbal endpoints reached. It didn't like me turning that around. I must be getting butt ugly, huh? Maybe I was already butt ugly. Who knows? Anyway, there. Let's go. Okay, as I stated, this is going to be a quest. Nothing's ever easy. When I lived in Waycross, Georgia, a little bit town, South Georgia, not a little bit town, but, you know, it's not big like all the towns up here around Atlanta. You could find stuff. Just went in Lowe's, and I remembered I needed some candelabra-based light bulbs for the fan in our bedroom. ceiling fan. That's all I found. I was looking for two other things. I was looking for Velcro, little Velcro 1-inch squares or circles, and I was looking for leveling legs. Can you believe Lowe's? I could not. I know there's some Velcro in there somewhere. I couldn't find it. I found the whole section of two-sided tape, floor protectors, little pads you put off, and that's where it used to be. I looked in the paint department, around the paint department. I looked back in the hardware. Could find no rolls of Velcro that you can cut. No little squares or circles like you used to could find. No Velcro, no leveling legs. So that's going to put me going to... I don't even know if I want to try this at Home Depot. Ace usually has odd bolts and nuts and stuff like that. That's probably going to have to be where I go to get those leveling legs, because I can't find it so far. Still on a quest for the air filter, the K&N air filter, lifetime air filter for this van. And I'm still having to go to Best Buy. It's the only shot I'm going to have around here is finding a jack adapter that's got phono plugs, dual phono plugs, stereo phono on one end that goes down to a USB, and it's the it's not a USB-C. I know that. It's not the little micro, but the mini, I think. I'll know it when I see it. There's a little bitty one that's not USB. There's USB, and then there's a super mini one that's real skinny, and then there's one a little bit bigger. I need the one that's a little bit bigger. I'll know it when I see it. Never know if it's micro or mini or what, but that's what it is. But it needs to start out USB. Hopefully they've got something like that. Maybe they got dual phonos that's got several different ones. Actually, it could be a USB, come to think of it, because the mini bin's going into the MP3 player. So it just needs to be USB to phono is what I need. So I'm still looking for that. Still looking for my filter. Still looking for two other parts that's going to have to be found in a hardware store. You can't find stuff up around Atlanta. You think you could find anything you wanted. No, not the case. Not the case. It's weird. You think a bigger town would have more stuff. It does not. Does not. I don't think Velcro is such a hard thing that should be that hard to find. I don't think an air filter for my van should be that hard to find. I don't think the leveling leg should be that hard to find. Maybe the adapter for my MP3 player to an old phono plug-in, that might be a little hard to find. I can probably find that on the internet, but I thought I'd give Best Buy a shot. But here we are, still having to go to Best Buy, still having to go to Ace, still having to go to at least another car parts place and try that. It's 1:24 now on a Friday, and we're still questing away. Let's see how far this little journey takes us. It's interesting, not fun, but it's interesting. Stay tuned. Well, you can scratch the jack that starts out with two phono plugs, stereo phono plug, to a USB input off the list. I went to Best Buy and they didn't have anything remotely close. They didn't have any kind of phono plug. No phono plug to phono plug. What is the world coming to? What are y'all listening to if you don't have a damn phono plug on the back of something to hook to? Have I outlived my usefulness on this planet? I don't know. But I know they make this thing. I'm probably going to have to go to Temu or Amazon or somewhere and find one. But I'm pretty sure they should be able to make this thing. All right, but that still leaves, so I'm canceling that one for this quest. I still got to find an air filter for this van, a K&N lifetime air filter for this van. That's one thing we still ain't found. We still got to do some hardware stuff. The only other place I can go for that is I could go back to Home Depot, but I don't think they're going to have both of the things I need. I need Velcro, which should be very easy to find. Could probably go to Joann's and get Velcro, huh? Anyway, I need some little Velcro, stick-on Velcro is what I need. That it's got glue on one side and Velcro attachment on the other. So I need to find that, and then I got to find some leveling legs. So I'm going to try to find both of those things at Ace Hardware. I'm going to try a couple of more spots for my filter, and then we're calling this mission done. Stick around. Updates are coming, because it looks like we're making 50 stops for 4 items today and not going to have them all at the end of the day. welcome to finding something in Atlanta, you know. They say times is getting better, but times ain't getting better if you can't find what you're looking for. It should be more availability for stuff. It's not. I don't think I'm looking for crap that's too hard to find, but they're making it interesting. But you know what? I didn't have nothing else to do, so we're going to make a little video out of it. Y'all stick around. Let's go try a couple more spots. Okay, folks, another strikeout on car parts. Yesterday I called and another Advance said that they had a 2018 filter for my van. Because I told them 2018. For some reason they don't like the 2021 model, but it's the same filters because it's the same motor. So I come to the store where they said they had it and they don't have it. And in fact, to further push my point, the same problem I had with the one earlier where they brought the wrong thing. They brought me an STP when I asked for K&N. I said the word K&N brand. I said that first. Told him what I was looking for, and he come back with a paper, the cheap-ass CarQuest brand. They don't listen. They don't listen around here. I know what I'm looking for. Listen to me. Damn, why don't people listen? I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. So now, we're going to the world's highest priced car parts place, Napa. And if they don't have it, a trick I used to have to do when I was in, we got some road construction going on up here. And a fire truck coming up the one-lane closed road construction. This is going to be interesting. Anyway, when Napa don't have it, you have to go to the Napa Central Parts Distribution. When I was in Waycross, I had to drive 85 miles to get to the Jacksonville Parts Distribution. So somewhere up here in Atlanta, they probably got a parts distributor that would have it. There goes the fire truck. I don't know if y'all seen it. It just went by. So, this is this is probably going to be my last shot at this. I can't think of I'm in a turn-only lane. I don't know why, because this said this was one lane. I'm trying my damnedest to go, y'all. I swear I am. There. God almighty, what some screwed up roads. I don't know if y'all can see all these damn cones out here. And people out here. Here comes an ambulance. And we got to pull over again. There goes the ambulance. Whoa, about needed one right here. Everybody after the ambulance went by, we decided to stop again just because we could. So, we're still looking for a K&N filter for this van. Looks like we're going to be buying a cheap-ass paper filter and continuing this search because you can't find it online. You can't find it at a parts house. This one of best model vans I've ever owned in my entire life, but you can't find damn parts for it. It's the problem. Anyway, and we're still looking for 2 hardware parts. I'm going to try Ace Hardware Velcro. Who knew you couldn't find Velcro in Atlanta? Did they make Velcro illegal? Is it because of the tariffs? All Velcro come from China? I don't know. If y'all do, leave a comment in the comment section below, because we don't know. This is turning into one heck of a quest. Anyway, that's all we got right now. We're headed to Napa and then Ace. That's our last 2 stops. We still got 3 more things to find. Hopefully we get real lucky at those 2 spots. So far it ain't looking good though. Welcome to Atlanta and trying to find something you need. I've had trouble finding electrical tape. Electrical tape. I don't get it. Stick around. Okay, this should be the sun in my face. This should be the next to the last install on this particular video about the quest. We was looking for everything. I got these legs and nuts and bolts. That ain't exactly what I wanted. I wanted rubber feet. Couldn't find it. I'm gonna have to put Velcro on the bottom of this and adjust it. So I got that. We scored on that. We did not score on the air filter for this van. You can't find it. I even called Summit Racing. They usually got all kind of parts. They didn't have it. I'm starting to think they stopped making it. It's no longer available. So it's going to be a quest. pretty hard quest that could take months to find an air filter for this thing, but it is what it is. I did get the one. This is the one I replaced right here. This is the one that was in the Nissan Rogue. I already put it in. It's ready to go. I got my little K&N sticker decal if I want to put it somewhere in the shop, but so far I cannot find the one for my van. And I think this thing right here is going to work. Going to take a little adjusting. We're going to go take it up to the house and try it and see. And if it does, I'll try to show you maybe a video with my phone, show you what it looks like. Should work okay if these legs aren't too big around to fit in the little spot that they've got to fit in. Let's turn the lights off in here. Shop's about to be closed up. Let's shut the door. Door coming down. It needs cleaning a little bit. It's coming down. There's a fly. It locked. Okay. For right now, I think I'm going to leave my van back here at the shop. We'll see if I need it tomorrow or what's going on with that. Why am I got one door locked? Anyway, so that's going to be the next to the last installment, I believe. I want to see that this thing's going to work in the car. My wallet out of the van. My water bottle out of the van. Oh, there's something I need to mention. So we went around riding around listening to the new Styx CD. What did I think? And this is a channel that I'm going to be honest with y'all, you know? I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. Styx didn't sponsor this. I love Styx. Styx is great. This right here, if you can see this is a miniature Frisbee. This is garbage. Not since the Wooden Nickel, the 4 albums they first put out in the original Styx before Tommy Shaw joined the band, was pretty much garbage except for one song, Lady. The rest of those 4 albums had nothing, for me at least, and that's just my opinion. I know there's people that's going to argue with me. It's like people talking about Kansas. I love Kansas. One of my favorite music writers of all time is Kerry Livgren. That was their good years. When Kerry Livgren departed the band, their newer stuff, the last 2 or 3 albums they've put out, is Chasing Mountains, or I don't even remember what they're called. They're forgettable. There aren't good songs. There's some you can listen to. Can you tell it's Kansas? Yes. Does Kansas still sound amazing when they do live concerts? But did they play a whole lot of their new stuff? No, because it's garbage. This right here, they'll probably play the one song that they're dropping as a hit. Mostly garbage. There was a song about number 8 or 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, called, 8th song on here, called Blue Eyed Raven. It sounded okay. It sounded like a mix of bluegrass and gypsy music. If you listen to Blue Eyed Raven, you see what I'm talking about. It sounded okay. My honest opinion is I think they've got that new, I can't remember his last name, the guy that they just let join the band, not the keyboard player's brother that's playing the bass, not Terry, but the other guy that's a guitar player. He's helped them produce this one and the 2 albums before this, and they finally made him a member of the band on the last album. I'm not sure if all of this sound is from him. It sounds like a lot of the keyboard player, Lawrence Gowan, am I getting that right? JY and Tommy Shaw, all the old guys I know. The newer members, I don't always remember. It sounds like it's got a heavy Lawrence Gowan influence. Only slightly better than elevator music is what I would call this. For the most part, it's maybe not even as good as elevator music. This is junk. That was a waste of my time buying that. But it sticks, you know. You gotta try. They're better than that. My honest opinion. There's nothing on there worth listening to again. I know sometimes you have to let something grow on you. I don't think I would want that growing on me. It's not that good. Like I said about Kansas, Pink Floyd, as much as I love Pink Floyd, they was garbage until David Gilmour joined the band. Most of their albums with crap, the guy that went nuts, Sid, was it Sid Barrett? Am I getting my people mixed up? I think it was Sid Barrett. That was complete garbage. When David Gilmour, they worked well with Roger Waters, as much as they don't get along together, but they worked good together. Same thing Fleetwood Mac. They had a lot of problems within the band, but they worked good with Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks. Those albums was good back before Lindsey Buckingham joined and brought Stevie Nicks in with him. For the most part, and I have since recently went back and listened to the early ones, and some of them sound kind of like a little bluesy rock, so that is growing on me. But most of the older stuff is not near as good as when Lindsey and Stevie was with the band. Just wasn't. Same thing Pink Floyd. You know, a lot of these bands are like that. They work well together. Styx was great with Dennis DeYoung. They got a little bit too much Dennis DeYoung influence on the Kilroy stuff when they did that theater-based concert. It didn't work. I went to that. That was one of the worst concerts I ever been to, even though Styx is some of the best concerts I've ever been to. That one in particular, not enjoyable. Very confusing. Just junk. You don't want to see that in a rock concert. We didn't come to see a play. We come to see somebody rock out. If you can put on a good show, okay. But if it's all about acting out a play and skits and stuff, no. Anyway, like I said, we were just giving our thoughts on that new Styx. I'm not a fan. Sorry. You know, y'all certainly entitled to your opinions. This is mine. I listen to a lot of music. Me personally, I don't like the new Styx, and I'll end it like that. Got one more video to show whether this works with this camera that I'm holding in my hand. We will see in a little bit. Thanks for watching. I will have one more on this, but thanks for watching anyway. Okay, taking this video with the Samsung S22. This is, if you can tell what we got here. I got Velcro there, and these Velcros are waiting to be stuck. I didn't want to do this first because those Velcros might need to stay on the dash. It's going back up here behind that's where it's going to mount. Now, I'll hold that thought just a minute. Let's see if I can get this in the right spot before I touch down. And that should be our finished project. I don't know if you can tell. I think that's going to work pretty good. It's going to be pretty stable. That's hillbilly engineering right there, folks. And if I'm looking out the backside, I'm probably looking at the rear view mirror, spinning around. That actually looks pretty good without going up or down either way. There's the view that we'd be getting on now. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah. So, let's turn her off. Shut her down. She is off. She's locked in place. Now, let's see how hard that is to get that out of there. I think we might just leave that up there. I don't know that it would hurt anything. Just pull these Velcros up and pull him out of there. Looks like the way to go to me. And you pick him right up. And there, and we fold this up, and that's how you usually use the And when you, just so you know, we spin this to turn it on. It always comes towards you. That's what the camera looks like that we've been using mostly. And then I hit, if I can hit the right button now, very small touchscreen, and that turns it around. And that turns it back around towards us. So there. And you just shut it off. And she's locked in. That's basic. There's a lot more that it can do. But anyway, that's that. That seems like a finished project, everybody. Thanks for watching.